Welcome back, I'm Sean. Gaming headphones definitely is a growing space, and sometimes you'll see a few that is very similar and wonder which one should you get. So today we're checking out two very similar but slightly different gaming headphones to see which one you should get. So let's check it out.
You're pulling on my walls down. I've never been exposed like this before. I'm good at shutting you out. I've always had a way of keeping closed. Beating, hiding, I've been calling out your name from the darkness, thinking it's too late. If you're finding I've been too much on your plate, I'll keep hiding, calling out your name, calling out your name.
So both the Edifier Hecate G30S and the G30 II were sent over to me by Edifier for review, but this is not a sponsored post and my review will be based on my honest and unbiased opinion. And if you're new here, please consider subscribing and ring the notification bell so you won't miss any future tech reviews. So the G30 II here retails for a more budget-friendly price of 149 Malaysian ringgit or about 32 US dollars, and the G30S here is a slightly more expensive 219 Malaysian ringgit or about 47 US dollars. Both are targeted for gamers and are built for gamers, and let's find out what is the difference between the two. So if you're interested in buying any one of them, definitely check out my links in the description below. So starting with the design, both of these headphones are almost identical in its build and design, but the main difference here is that the G30 II is a wired headphones only, whereas the G30S here is a wireless headphones. So you might be thinking, if that's the case, why not just get the Bluetooth one since it's more versatile? But each of them has their own benefits, so let's check it out. So starting with the design here, the main material used on these headphones is mainly plastic, so to keep the unit light enough for long gaming hours, and they made it fairly light. And the first difference here is that the wireless model here comes in at 236 grams and the wired model comes in at 228 grams with the cable. And you might think that 8 grams don't make much of a difference, but when you hold them side by side, the wired version is noticeably lighter. So both of the headbands here comes with a soft PU leather foam cushion to give you a little comfort. They are soft, but I do hope that it could be a little firmer to help support the headphones better. This feels a little too soft, not like memory foam, which it will hold its shape. So moving down, you're going to get your clicky extension here with about 10 clicks of extension, and they are made out of plastic. Both of these headphones do stretch quite a bit. However, when I do that, I do start to hear a little creaking, so that gives me a little anxiety. But for most head sizes, this should work fine. So moving down to the ear cups, you get a nice cool Hecate design ear cups here with the RGB as a ring on the inside of headphones, so you can see here, which looks really minimal and actually quite cool having it inside here. But it would be nice if there's an option for the H in the middle here to light up or not, and if there's something that we can choose, that's pretty cool. Again, the ear cups here are soft and spongy, no memory foam here, and you get a PU leather wrap ear cups here, which over time will definitely start peeling if you don't take care of it, and it's also quite hot if you use it in a room without fan or aircon. So on the right cup itself, you see a detachable omnidirectional mic, meaning it picks up audio in 360-degree pattern, and if you don't fancy having the boom mic, then you can remove it and use the built-in mic. Both of these mics are on the wired version as well as the wireless version have the same mics, and both of them are noise cancelling mics. And if you use the boom mic itself, the sound quality should be better, so let's check it out later. And of course, another difference here is that the G30S comes with a Type-C port to charge up the headphones since it has a built-in battery, and the G30 II doesn't come with a battery. So again, where it differs here is the controls, and you do get quite a bit of controls with these headphones. So starting with the G30S over here, the first switch allows you to toggle between Bluetooth mode or 2.4 GHz dongle mode. The G button allows you to power on or off the device, play or pause your music, pick up calls, and if you double press it, it changes the sound effect between music and gaming mode. And if you triple tap it, then you can switch the lighting effects on or off. Below that, you're gonna get a mute and unmute your mic switch, and also a scroll wheel to adjust your volumes, which is very convenient. And you will get the same layout of controls with the G30 II, but it's a lot simpler. So the first button is now a mute button for your audio, not for your mic, but the audio itself entirely. So the G button now controls only the light effects, and you don't get any onboard media control. So you're gonna get a microphone mute button here, as well as a scroll wheel for adjusting the volume. So in terms of battery life, only the G30S comes with a built-in battery since it's a wireless headphones, and do note that the battery life for the 2.4 GHz that's dongle mode, as well as the Bluetooth is a little different, also if you use it with the lights on or off. So if you connect it via the dongle as well as turn off the lights, you're gonna get about 28.5 hours of continuous playback, which is really good. But with the lights on, it slashes more than half of the battery life to about 12.5 hours, so surprised to see how such a small LED can drain so much battery. So in Bluetooth mode, if you turn off the lights, you're gonna get about 30 hours, and with the lights on, only 13.5 hours, also more than 50% of battery gone. So the headphones takes about 2 hours to fully charge. So fortunately, volume-wise, both of these headphones have exactly the same performance when used plugged in via USB or via dongle, but in Bluetooth mode on the G30S, you're gonna get a slightly different volume level. So let's start with the Bluetooth mode on the G30S. So the good news here is that the volume scroll wheel is separate to the phone's volume controls, so you can max out the phone's volume control and slowly control the volume using the scroll wheel. So it takes about 40% volume to get to a comfortable listening volume, and pushing it about 80% sounds pretty loud, but I can still listen to it at 100%, but not for too long. With the USB mode on both of these headphones, they perform the same, and you get a comfortable listening volume at about 10% volume. So 30% volume sounds very loud for me, and you can still go higher and higher, but I'm not sure whether the drivers can take the power. But if you want maximum volume performance, definitely use the G30S in a dongle mode rather than Bluetooth mode. So the G30S comes with Bluetooth 5.3 chipset that supports only the SBC codec, and also provides you with the 2.4 GHz dongle for maximum latency performance at about 15 milliseconds. And I think if you have the option to use the dongle, you should always use it. And the G30 II doesn't come with any Bluetooth capabilities, and it's only a plug-in wired option using the USB Type-A. Both of these headphones comes with a 40mm dynamic driver, which is pretty good size for headphones, but the G30 II is marketed to have a 7.1 virtual surround sound. And to be honest, both of these headphones does well in a surround sound test, meaning when there is a directional audio from the left, the right ear cuffs literally will not play any sound. And to be honest, it provides you with a good surround sensation, but definitely doesn't rival a proper 7.1 home theater setup. So do take note of that, and it's just a marketing feature and not a truly 7.1 performance. Apart from that, both of these headphones are not water resistant, so please don't get them wet if you can. And finally, for the G30S, you can't use it in multi-point mode since you can only choose between dongle mode or Bluetooth mode at any given time. So you can't use them at the same time to act like a makeshift multi-point mode. So the sound quality of the two headphones here today is fortunately identical, so if you pick from either one of these headphones, sound quality is not something you have to be worried about. So they both sound good and takes a more mature turn to the tuning with Edifier products, and in older generation Edifier products, you get a very bass-heavy sound signature, but with these two headphones, it sounds a lot cleaner and slightly more metallic with a hint of bass. So moving towards a more high-res audio trend type of sound signature. So with the bass performance, you're not going to get a deep rumbling sub-bass here, but the sub-bass is definitely there, very subtle but present, and it won't sound overwhelming to give you a more balanced signature. So the mid-bass is not the strongest of these headphones, where in some cases it may sound like you're hitting on cardboard. So where both of these headphones thrive is the mids and highs, where it gives you a very accurate and clear vocals without any hint of muffling or low resolution. It sounds great with both male and female vocals, but I think these headphones perform best with bright female vocals like Ariana Grande. So highs is one of the most present frequencies on these headphones, and you get that very clear and sharp highs. And if you're someone who doesn't fancy the high frequencies too much, then these headphones may be a little too bright for you. The reason it is tuned this way is so that it emphasizes a little bit more on gaming performance, since these are gaming headphones where you need to hear certain footsteps frequencies around the mid and high kind of range. And with that, I think this headphones definitely delivers that. So this is a test to see if the Edifier Hecate G30 series is a good headphone for making phone calls. So this is me speaking in a relatively quiet environment, and this is the call quality that you can expect. So what I'm going to do now is to turn on a simulated background noise so you can hear a difference. So now there's a simulated background noise playing in the background, and this is the call quality that you can expect from these headphones, especially with the boom mic. So this is a test to see if the Edifier Hecate G30 series, now without the boom mic, is a good headphones for making phone calls. So this is me speaking in a relatively quiet environment, and this is the call quality that you can expect. So what I'm going to do now is to turn on the simulated background noise so you can hear a difference. So now there's a simulated background noise playing in the background, and this is the call quality that you can expect from these headphones. So what do you think of the call quality? Let me know in the comment section down below. So with the wired connection on the G30 II, you definitely see zero latency when gaming, and when you use the G30S with the dongle, it works almost as good as wired connection, and I don't see any lag with the 15 milliseconds latency. And even with the Bluetooth mode on the G30S, latency is kept to a minimal and gaming on PUBG feels really good and almost lag-free. This also applies to movies and videos. Anyways, let's take a look at the latency performance of the G30S in Bluetooth mode. So in summary, both of these headphones I think are really good value for money, especially for what they can offer. And both of these offers you a full gaming headphones experience and good performance. For me, I'll always go for the wireless option since it gives me a little bit more flexibility. But if you mostly use it around your desk and want to save a little bit on weight as well as money, then I think the wired version works perfectly well as well. So that is it for this comparison review. If you find this video helpful, smash the thumbs up button, share this video everywhere, and if you haven't yet subscribed, do consider subscribing, and I'll see you in the next video.